So I talked to my drug guy, and my drug guy filled me in. And then it made perfect sense.
Airport video.
Yeah.
We saw the crash out at the restaurant, the U-Haul.
Right.
We saw you screaming.
It's clear they did it because they needed to stop so that I could have my life.
The music industry's biggest secrets are unraveling in real time. Jaguar Wright's explosive interviews about Diddy and Jay-Z are tearing through social media, racking up millions of views and leaving everyone asking, is this the ultimate truth or Hollywood's wildest conspiracy?
First time I saw it was in a music studio. Like every other industry. First time I saw Paris Hilton's tape, A Night in Paris, was in the studio. The first time I saw Mary J. Blige being ganged on camera at Death Row after hours was in the studio.
Wright says she has been warning people about problems in the music industry for years. After Diddy's legal troubles became public, many viewers started revisiting her older interviews. Even so, many of her claims about other celebrities are still unverified.
And it's been a crazy year. But the reason why even right now, your old interview that you did last year is trending even crazier because you're almost like, not Nostradamus, but Nostradamus. What you have said, not only in our interview, but on your own personal lives.
Yeah. Which gets shadowed down constantly.
Yeah, things start coming to fruition to where you targeted certain people in that interview. And now you're seeing, I don't want to even say downfall, but you're seeing that target that you put on people's backs.
I'm seeing integrity.
She has a lot to say about Diddy even before his houses got raided. Wright argues that these investigations support what she has been saying, especially since she was one of the first ones to speak up about him and most confidently too, not holding back in fear of being a target.
Working in tandem, and they did not tell the officers who they were raiding. They went in tactical as they were instructed to. They didn't know they was raiding Diddy's house. The higher-ups didn't tell anybody because they knew, with Diddy being a Fed informant, that he had people in the force and they wanted to make sure that went through legit. So they ain't tell nobody whose houses they was going to.
One topic that got plenty of attention was pink cocaine, a drug often mentioned in celebrity gossip. Wright talked about reports of it being used at exclusive parties and criticized what she described as a culture of excess. She mentioned that Diddy parties had a wide collection of drugs, and he made sure that his victims were completely under his control at all times.
So you got the cocaine in there, and then you got the caffeine in there, and they say that some of the dealers add the ecstasy in there. Now the Viagra, you still got to take that solo. But with the Tipsy, you got all of that. The gay cocktail, off cocktail, in the one thing.
She also claimed that many celebrities know much more about each other than the public does. According to Wright, powerful people often stay quiet to protect themselves and others. She named-dropped Jay-Z, Oprah, and even Beyonce.
God's judgment is coming for Jay-Z, and he is obviously scared. He's obviously spooked out right now. And it's crazy to see because it's like, did we see how he reacted when those people were outside trying to interview him, ask him questions, and he was so terrified that they were going to ask him about Epstein? And I just think it's so funny. I'm like, who is on payroll? Because nobody asked him the hard questions ever. Like, I never see these questions being asked, but it's all over social media, the news. I don't know. Like, I think it's so weird how nobody ever really pumps him for information the way that they pump everybody else.
Another recurring topic was alleged recordings from private celebrity parties. Wright claimed compromising footage exists and suggested some famous people fear it could become public. She claims that Diddy groomed children who still fear how the truth will come out, and specifically mentioned JB and Usher.
Because the same thing that they did to him, they're doing to Bieber right now. And I have evidence. That poor kid. And all because he got discovered by Usher. And then Usher took him right over there to the diddler.
Wright also claimed that Diddy personally contacted her after his legal problems grew more serious. She said he asked her for help. She then flamed Stevie J for claiming that Diddy wasn't guilty, stating that he himself has tapes waiting to be exposed and was just trying to hide behind words.
We've seen Stevie J, since your last interview, come out to Puff Daddy's defense. And he said the one thing that kind of threw me off, where he said Diddy has never done no crime. I said, wow, that's a blanket statement to say no crime. For him for him to say that, no crime. I'm like you yourself up by even saying that.
He's on 1,000 sex tapes. What else he's supposed to say?
She also suggested Jay-Z played a role in Diddy's downfall. According to her, Diddy was just a scapegoat like R. Kelly was a few years ago, used to hide others that are just as bad or even worse than him.
So why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
Some of Wright's most controversial comments involve the deaths of Aaliyah and Pimp C.
It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned. Lenny Kravitz made a statement, and it was never publicized. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a plane crash and what happened leading up to it?
She speculated that those powerful people caused her death, pointing specifically towards Beyonce because of how close Aaliyah was to Jay-Z.
Free, who was a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who was a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
Another surprising allegation involved Janet Jackson. Wright claimed Jackson experienced harassment connected to Diddy when she married Wissam.
Damn, man.
And they won't talk about it.
I can see him.
So when I hear Orlando bringing up the Janet Jackson thing and saying it in his little code word, I know what that means. I know what he's saying. But the truth is Janet is under heavy scrutiny. She did what she had to do to survive. She's strong. It's just that Jackson family stigma.
Wright also talked about Uptown Records, pointing out that several important people connected to the label have passed away, while Diddy is still active.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was gonna meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you wanna know what they all had in common though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books.
P. Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, mysteriously died in 2018 from natural causes at 47. Kim Porter is the mother of their two twins, and she was in a relationship with P. Diddy for roughly 13 years. P. Diddy wanted custody of their kids, and she was planning on releasing a tell-all book if he tried. In the book, Kim approached the man who discovered P. Diddy, Andre Harrell, to ask if he had an intimate relationship with Diddy. She was disappointed when Andre denied it because she had security footage of them together. Kim had footage of Diddy with multiple other men, including Usher. P. Diddy would make Kim use a strap-on to please him. Kim's family allegedly was going to file a wrongful death lawsuit because there was blood located on her pillowcase, as well as a trail of blood in the bathroom. Kim's first autopsy suspected foul play from the amount of toxins found in her body. Kim's last phone call was allegedly to 911 at 2:43 a.m. before she was found dead the next day at 11 a.m. Things definitely don't add up because,
according to Wright, some artists are chosen by powerful executives instead of reaching the top through talent and hard work alone.
And it's not an easy conversation to have because I fell for the same crap that everybody else fell for. And when you are adjacent to or, traveling in the same circles as the person that's been selected to be this icon, because let's just be very clear, he was selected, just like Diddy was selected. Question is by who?
The industry has long faced criticism over favoritism and gatekeeping, and many artists have been called out as industry plants.
Have you ever wondered where this whole industry plant term came from in music? You see it all the time whenever a new artist starts blowing up. A ton of people start flooding their comment section, calling them a plant, but obviously they're not talking about an actual plant, so what is it? Industry plant's an artist that signs with a record label early enough in their career that that label can then portray their story really any way that they want. And a lot of people get mad at this because one, they feel like they're being lied to. Two, because a good chunk of them have wealthy families and connections that help them get a bigger advantage in their music career. I bet by now you're probably wondering, well, if they get all this hate, then what's the point, right? At the end of the day, it's really just a branding strategy to paint that artist in a certain way to make them more marketable to their target audience. Because if half the new artists that came out every year had the same exact brand, then how would they stand out from each other?
She also argued that many musicians stay silent because speaking out could hurt their careers. Some former industry insiders have shared similar concerns over the years.
It was very simple. It's either you're going to speak up or they're going to keep getting away with it, or you're going to get handled up on regardless because you're not playing along the way you should be playing along. That's how this works. The people that get rewarded are the people that keep the secrets, the people that are quiet, and the people that lie for them. The people who get a pass are the people who pretend that they don't know what's going on. And then the people that speak up are the people that, get persecuted, get framed, get trashed, are forced to go broke.
Wright called the massive raids on Diddy's mansions completely inevitable. The wild, televised sweeps shocked everyone, but the actual search warrants are just standard public record.
Multiple safes broken into, drawers ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes of gun ammo and Grammy Awards. New images from TMZ show inside Diddy's ransacked Beverly Hills mansion during the coast-to-coast raids where no arrests were made.
People in the home are traditionally detained during raids, so they don't flee and so they don't destroy evidence.
The rapper's attorney calls it a witch hunt with an excessive show of force and hostility that led to a premature rush to judgment.
She also predicted that more major entertainment figures could face scrutiny in the future. Whether that happens remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, Diddy's scandal has put many eyes on those closest to him.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
Another discussion involved Naomi Campbell, Jeffrey Epstein, and Diddy. Wright suggested there were connections worth examining.
About this Diddy case is his demeanor. And his demeanor reminds me of Jeffrey Epstein's. Jeffrey Epstein always kind of had this smirk on his face. Everything was coming down and he seemed remarkably calm, always smiling. I guess you would be smiling if you were the person that had been collecting blackmail on people and knew that you had video footage of people, maybe even the people that were prosecuting you. You're Jeffrey Epstein, you're like, yeah, this is really cute that you think you're gonna put me in prison when I've got videos of you doing some crazy things on my island. Diddy has that same air of pretension about him.
She also mentioned how Elon Musk was on the Epstein list.
Elon Musk is, rumored to be on the list himself, and
Yeah.
he himself is, he's a billionaire, but also he has, I forgot what they call it, but I don't know if it's a sign of autism or whatever part of the spectrum it's on, but he's part of that. And I don't know if this was when he was a billionaire or however he reached his billions, but for Elon Musk to be on the list, these are powerful men. What are your thoughts when you see that high level of...
Bill Gates got a mention too.
Oh yeah, Bill Gates is right there too.
Diddy's ongoing legal cases have naturally brought more attention to Wright's past interviews. Social media has also played a huge role in spreading Wright's interviews. Short clips often go viral much faster than full conversations, making it easier for context to be lost and speculation to spread.
We saw the crash out at the restaurant, the U-Haul.
Right.
We saw you screaming, yelling. We saw you be arrested.
Now
we saw you go to jail.
You saw all these things.
Wait, and the biggest part was the pouring out of the ashes.
Oh, absolutely.
Of
You
your
saw
son.
All these things. But did you see what happened before those reactions? And I'm glad you brought this up, because everything that you just brought up, every instance was a reaction to something. But nobody asked what was the cause of that reaction. They only want to talk about the reaction, right?
Diddy was convicted in federal court on 2 counts of transporting individuals across state lines to engage in prostitution. However, the jury found him not guilty of the more serious charges, including racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking.
Sean Diddy Combs is staying in federal prison for 3 more years on charges related to prostitution. That's after a judge sentenced him to just over 4 years, giving him credit for 14 months already served. That means the mogul won't be free until 2028, just ahead of his 59th birthday.
Following the verdict, the 56-year-old music executive was sentenced to 50 months in federal prison. The case attracted widespread attention and marked one of the biggest celebrity criminal trials in recent years.
Because of that, they made something very clear early on. They viewed him as a serious flight risk and someone who could potentially interfere with witnesses. Now, Diddy's someone who's been rich and powerful since the 90s. For decades, he moved with real influence, and anything that came his way, it never seemed to slow him down. But this time, it didn't matter how powerful he had been. His bail was denied, not once, but multiple times. And just like that, a man who had spent decades at the top, living in luxury, throwing exclusive parties, was now partying with the inmates, sitting in a jail cell, wearing the same uniform as everyone else.
Combs is currently serving his sentence at the low-security federal correctional institution Fort Dix in New Jersey. Reports indicate he was recently placed in solitary confinement after a physical altercation with another inmate, although prison officials have not released details about the incident.
We're told that there was some dispute, some verbal dispute with another inmate. The way it was described to us is that this other inmate had dissed Diddy. We don't know what it was over, if it was some beef that had been brewing or something specific that day on Wednesday, but whatever it was, that verbal diss turned into a scuffle, some pushing and shoving going on, and then an all-out fight between the two of them. And the way it was described was that Diddy, quote, held his own.
Despite the altercation, the Federal Bureau of Prisons has moved up Combs' projected release date several times. His current expected release date is January 24th, 2028, after adjustments for administrative calculations, good conduct credits, and participation in prison rehabilitation programs.
Sean Diddy Combs, who was recently sent to solitary confinement following a fight with a fellow inmate, has had his release date changed again. According to Federal Bureau of Prisons records viewed by E! News, the rapper's release date has been changed from February 23, 2028 to January 24, 2028. Combs is currently serving a 4-year prison sentence for prostitution-related charges. The change marks the 5th time Combs' release date has been updated, as he was initially set to be released on May 28, 2028, during his sentencing.
Outside of court, Combs has also been dealing with major financial changes. He recently sold his Star Island mansion in Miami for $55 million. The property was located next to another home that was raided by Homeland Security agents during the federal investigation in 2024.
He was once on his way to billionaire status, a hip-hop mogul with a TV network and a vodka line.
Let's be clear. Ciroc is for the culture.
As much as just a few years ago, he was estimated at about $800 million. But now, as recently as June, we hear that his net worth has dropped to just a cool $400 million because of all of these legal problems.
Whether you believe Jaguar Wright or not, her interviews have become a major part of the conversation around power, accountability, and secrecy in the entertainment industry. At the same time, many of her claims about specific celebrities remain allegations. So it's important to separate verified facts from viral speculation.
I want to stay right here. We're going to stay within this pocket, but I'm just curious. What did you know that was going on in the world of Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, that the world didn't know? What did you know back then, 3-4 years ago?
Gonna come forward.
So how'd you know? What'd you know about what Cat? Because
I wish
to hear
I could explain.
Yeah,
but if I explain how I knew Cassie was gonna come forward, that could hurt some people.
What do you think? Do Jaguar Wright's claims seem real, or is she crazy? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.